for foot and mouth disease is virus, while for mastitis is bacteria, and the causative agent for Newcastle disease is also the virus. The next topic we'll be moving on to is aquaculture, or what is called fish farming. Aquaculture or fish farming. So we want to look at what it entails and how we go about it. Aquaculture is a study and production of fishes, shrimps, and other aquatic animals. The study and the production of fish, shrimps, and other aquatic animals. So you can ask somebody and say, what course are you studying in school? The person say, he's studying aquaculture. So there is a course like aquaculture in the institution. So you may even be interested from this class to go through studying aquaculture. So the study and the production is what is called aquaculture. First, in that topic, we'll be looking at the terminologies that are used in fish farming. The first is fisheries. Fisheries is the study of fish and fishes. You know, I know a department in one of the institutions that you have this course being fisheries and aquaculture. So it goes together. So fisheries is the study of fish and fishes. Now, fish is a particular species, regardless of the number of or the quantity. When you say fish, we are talking about a particular species. Let's say tilapia fish. No matter the number or the quantity, fish. Then fishes, this is talking about a different species of fish. Now we say tilapia and catfish. So you say they are fishes, since they are not of the same species. Do you understand? Tilapia fish, catfish. Now when you want to talk about the two of them together, you say fishes. Then school is a group of fish. When you have a group of fish, you call them school, like your normal school. School is a group of fish. Then fry are young fishes. We call young fish fry. Then fingerlings are newly hatched fishes. As we have chick in chickens, so we have fingerlings too in fishes. Then hatchery is a place where eggs are incubated and hatched into fish. Just like we have incubators even for fowls too. We have incubators or hatchery for fowls. We have hatchery for fishes too. So where their eggs are incubated and then hatched into fishes, where we call hatchery. Then we have gears. Gears are equipment used for harvesting fishes. Pond is an artificially constructed water used in keeping fish. It's a pond of fish. It's an artificial place where you put water and you rear your fish. Then aquarium is also an artificial pond, but this is kept for aesthetic purposes, especially at home. Just have it in your house, like you have a pond, you have water in a particular box, then you have artificial fish just moving, just a sight to behold in the house. That's what is called aquarium. Then harvesting is the collecting of mature fish. It is usually done in about 8 months. By the time you have reared your fish to about 7 months, you discover that they are mature enough, that is, they can be consumed, they can be sold and consumed at that stage. So but the act of catching or collecting mature fish out of the pond is what is called harvesting. They are ready to be taken to the market. That is, they have reached the table size at that particular time. Then from 7 months, you can do selective harvesting, because they will not grow together at the same rate. That is, all of them will not assume the same kg at the same rate. So you can just do for some that are matured enough, then maybe after a week or so you come back for the next batch, like that. So it can be done selectively. That is, selective harvesting can be done, and that's what is mostly adopted in harvesting of fishes. Then classification of fish based on their morphology. They are classified into two based on their morphology, that is, their physical appearance. First is the bony fish, then we have the cartilaginous fishes. Bony fish has their skeleton axis consisting of bones. they have bones. That is why we call them bony fishes. For instance, we have the tilapia, or what is called shish lead. The mudfish is also a bony fish. We have carp, we have trout, cod or stockfish, mackerel, your catfish, your bass, salmon, your eel, the electric fish. All of them are bony fishes. Then the second group is the cartilaginous fishes. These do not have bones, rather they have what we call cartilage. And examples of cartilaginous fishes, we have shark, we have salmon, we have dolphin, we have dogfish, skate, rays. Those are examples of cartilaginous fishes. Now, classification of fishes based on their habitat is also into two. We have the saltwater fishes, then we have the freshwater. That is, saltwater fishes are those that you find in water containing salt. The fishes can adapt to salty water. That's why they live in the water containing salt. For instance, ocean and sea, they have salt, a particular percentage of salt in them. And examples of fishes in the salt water, we have tunas, mackerel is a saltwater fish, your eel, the electric fish, shark too, skate, ray, they are all saltwater fishes. Then for freshwater fishes, this particular kind of fish live in water that has no salt, like rivers, streams, ponds, streams. Those are freshwater. And fishes that you find in freshwater include trout, pike, perch, tilapia, mudfish. Those are examples of freshwater fishes. Now, the types of fish pond. I told you what a fish pond is. It's an artificial water body that you make to rear your fish. We have the following types of fish pond. The first is the nursery. In the nursery, you have male and female fishes reared to lay together. So that's what is called, that's where we call the nursery pond. It's just for laying together of male and female fishes that are reared inside it. Then we have the hatching pond. After they are laid together, then they will have to hatch it definitely. So fertilized egg are hatched into fry. I told you that fry are young fishes until they develop to fingerling. I mentioned fingerlings, then I mentioned fry. So once they lay together in the nursery pond, they are moved to the hatching pond where the fertilized eggs are hatched into fry. Then they become fingerlings. Then in the rearing pond, we have the fingerlings are reared there to become adults. Then in the growing pond, we have the fishes that are raised until they reach the market size. When you don't just want to buy any kind of fish. When you go to the market, you want at least a reasonable size of. You don't just want to buy something that's just very tiny. No, most people want to buy very big fishes and that you see and you will be happy. So before the fish reach that stage, that stage is what is called the market size. So in the growing pond is where you find fishes raised until they attain the market size. Now, what importance does fish farming has? What is the importance? What's the need for doing fish farming or aquaculture? The first is that it serves as a rich source of protein. As much as we have other sources of protein, fish is a very, very good source of protein that even doctors recommend for people. Rather than you taking beef or other kind of meats, fish is good as a source of protein. Then the next one is that it's a source of income. It generates income for the farmer. By the time he raises the fish, goes to sell it, he gets some cool cash to bring back home. So it's a source of income. I said it's a rich source of protein, it's a source of income. Then another importance is that it puts our water and land into a better use. Fishes are reared in water, so it's not really eating anything from us. It just helps us to maximize our land and also our water. Then fish and fish products can be processed into fish meal for feeding animals. That's another way, benefiting animals now, not even human beings now. So fish products and fishes themselves can be processed into what we call fish meal. That's a source of protein for animals. Then it's a good source of employment. Some people are employed in a fishing firm, whereby some are the ones that feed the fish in the morning, feed them, get to watch over them, get to sell them in the market, do all sorts, and get paid at the end of the month for raising fishes. So it's a good source of employment. Then the next one is that it provides good form of educational activities for students and researchers. You know, in some schools, if your school is one of them, they do fish farming, like it's part of their curriculum in the school. You know, like they raise rabbits, they raise other animals, they also raise fishes, doing experiments, learning things like practical things about fish rearing. So that's another importance of fishing. What are the necessary factors what are the factors that are necessary for siting a fish pond? What are those things you should consider before you go and site a fish pond? First is the availability of water. You know, fishes don't live on land, they live in water, and definitely you cannot afford to raise a pond where water is scarce. So you have to consider a source of water around where you locate your fish pond. Then the next is availability of fingerlings. You should get good fingerlings. Those are young fishes that you can raise to the market size. So you should also consider that in raising a fish pond. Another one is the vegetation of the place. How does the place look like? Do we have plants that the fishes can feed on? That's another thing you should look out for. The topography, that is the structure of the land, how hilly, how flat it is, should also be a consideration for you if you are going